Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest. This is my December 2024's Paper Pumpkin alternative video number 25. We're getting up there. Happy New Year! I know this is like absolutely fabulous. Guys, this kit is giving me such a thrill, and for some of you were like, why? Maybe you're confused. Guys, it's because I am able to, this set of stamps, okay, just these stamps are giving me this creative license to go into all of my favorite retired stamp sets that I have kept. Yes, I have given some away. I've donated some. I can't keep every single thing. A lot of stamps have been given to me. I'm so fortunate. Thank you all so much. But there are certain things that I just love that I won't get rid of. I've given some to my aunt, borrow some things from my aunt, but guys, there are some things that are just absolutely loved that you can't get rid of, right? One that was given to me is this Nature's Harvest, okay? And this has the dies. Wanted it, wasn't able to get it. I have it now. Thank you so much. This enables me to show you just what a great complimentary sentiment set this is, and that's what I hope that you guys are getting from what I'm able to share with you on this channel, what you can do with this. I'm just being able to dig into these things and create with them. And I'm going to do 2 cards with this set. So 25 and 26, they're going to air on the same day because we're getting kind of in there and I'm worried that we're going to run into January's kit. So let me show you what this kit, it was called Notes from the Heart. 3 of this one, and this one, 9 envelopes, which we are using an envelope. This white piece is a sticker label and I still have some of those to use. This video QR code will lead you to video to show you how to put the cards together as they were designed. This is a visual of everything in the kit, and they list the coordinating colors. This set of dies were called the Merry Tags and More, and it coordinated with October, November, and December's kit. The new set of dies are called Spring is in the Air. I've already used those in 3 cards, Valentine's one. So the bee, the honeycomb, the heart, which does the outline and the center. And these, of course, have to be with an image. So with that being said, let's get into this. We are also using some of my fave things. Guys, you know I love these Scalloped Contour Dies. If you don't have these and you have the Stitch So Sweetly dies, use those. Those were a favorite. My aunt has those now. When they came out with these, I got these. I do have the stitched rectangle dies. Those would do. They had, they came out with the deckled rectangle dies. I didn't get those. I felt like the stitched rectangles and the scallops were enough for me. I do not intend to buy any others. These are going to do me just fine. I don't feel a need to purchase any others. I do have the deckled circle dies, which I absolutely love. And I do have the circle dies that went with the, where is it? Everyday Detailed circle dies. I love those. I know they have another, so I don't feel the need to buy every single die set out there. There's just not a need in my stash for that. Some people do. I don't have that kind of money, and I hope that even if I did, I wouldn't feel the need to buy every single thing. So I use these a whole lot. So this time we're using, this is the only set that I count it backwards. And for me, that's because I count from the largest to the smallest. So this one, this is the second largest. Okay. All the others I count from the center outward, except for this set, and I can't help it. It's just how I do it. So we're using this one, but we won't use the piece we're cutting out until the next video, which is video number 26. And I'm going to show you that in a second. So where are my supplies? We're doing a large card. I'm using a pre-made card base. I was, organizing my stamp room. I need to organize a little bit more, and I'll give you a little show. It's Guys, it's a stamp room. I don't have one of those showcase stamp rooms. No, mine is a working stamp room. But I will show it to you. So let me grab my notebook here. I have things written down for 25 and 26. So this card base is a pre-made one, and it drives me crazy. This is how it came. Look how big the envelope is that matches this card base. Do you see that? It's like almost a half an inch, probably a half an inch bigger, but that's how it came, so I'm using it, and I've had them for a long time. So it's kind of a cream colored, but we're going to go with, this is 6.5. It's 6.5 this way by 10, and then it's scored at 5. So then we have, I had to already cut it to die cut it. This is the front piece of the envelope. So I opened it up on the sides, cut off the flap, cut off the back, and what I had left measured 4 3/16 by 5 5/8. So it's 4 3/16 by 5 5/8. I tried to keep as much on there as possible because I'm gonna need it. And then this is where I cut that center part out with that second largest scalloped die. Any die that you have that's going to leave you some, you know, about a half an inch around the edge, that's what you can do this with. So that's what I use. This is the piece. Now I'm going to be using this in video number 26. This piece, oh, guess what? Hank is out riding his motorbike, his trail bike. That's why he went down to the garage. When he asked me to pick him up from school early. That's a little cute story. And I did 20 minutes. And hold on, I'm going to take a sip. My husband's doing a clean out. Gorgeous day today, guys. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. It feels and looks like spring outside, but we're in winter. But today is absolutely beautiful. Sky is blue. Weather was great. But Hank is cruising. And he has this little bike ramp for his regular bike, not his little trail bike, but he goes off on it too. So my husband, I'm sure, while my husband's out there, Hank's out there riding. So anyways, I was like, who's out there doing that? And then I thought, that's Hank. So then we have a half of one of the card bases from the kit. We have the straight edge here. I just cut it off. So I didn't write down the measurements. I just put half of the card base. This is going to go right there. Now, see, you're only going to get a little bit. I mean, maybe I should cut off one of those scallops to give us a little bit more green. I think we are. I think we're going to cut, I'm going to do it right now. In fact, we're going to cut off one scallop. It's not going to hurt it any. So I'm going to take one scallop off, which is going to put it right at about almost at 4, but I'm just going to take off one scallop. I can keep this, maybe, I don't know, but I'm going to put it in the box of goodies. You're going to see now, it's just going to show us a little bit more of our green. See that? We just have a little bit more green showing by taking off one scallop. So that's all I did there. Oh, and we're doing it this way. It's going to be landscape. I almost forgot. And we're using the Nature's Harvest set, which is retired. This is going to be a thank you card. We're using the thank you. And then from the Sunny Sentiments, thank you for all the little things you do and for your big heart. We're going to be using blends. So I'm using, because I love this one, Cinnamon Cider. Any light brown that you have will do. I'm using Old Olive and Daffodil Delight. I will be using the same blends for the second card. And I can even show you what I have. So for the second one, I have a craft envelope. I have a cream card base, which is not 5.5 by 8.5. I just realized that this is 4.5 by 11, scored at 5.5. How do I know? Because yeah, it just is. Then we have layer number 1 is our die cut image, which is the largest scallop contour die, or it is 3 2/16 by 4.5. Then we have 2.5 by 3 3/4 piece of Very Vanilla or cream, and you need another piece this size for our flower, which you can see that's just about done. That one's not going to take any time, but that's where we're using the centerpiece. So let's get this one done. We're going to have some coloring to do. And am I using sanded? No, this one we're using the itty bitty backgrounds to do some coloring. I'm looking for the Stampin' Pierce Matte. Sanded we're using on the next one. So we are going to do, I need a coaster here. With crumb cake, we are going to stamp around just stamp and stamp around the side. I just want some color. Any little speckly stamp will do. There's some in paper pumpkins. There's in a lot of them. That's all I want to do on there. Remember, this is going this way. So here we're going to give a little bit down here as well. We're going to do our envelope. Right along the edge of the flap. I'll probably need to grab another stamp from, oh, that's really pretty. And then down the side, just a little bit down the side. And then we'll grab a stamp from the set, because I didn't think about pulling that out yet. But we have this cutie, because I don't want to use the same one that we're going to be coloring, because that one's going to be stamped in black memento and I don't want to. We're going to use Old Olive. We could do Daffodil Delight, but we're going to do Old Olive on the envelope, just to give some color on here. And on here we can even add it right there. So we have the inside started. I'm gonna set that up and away. So this is done. This can go down in the center. These shouldn't take long. Well, the coloring might take a bit. I could not prep that. I could not. It shouldn't take too long to color it. I already know what I'm doing, as you saw before. See, it needed that little speckling bit to just, you know, almost the look of like DSP, but there's no DSP. It's just speckling with the stamp. And it just needed it. And this is going to go like so. So let's get to stamping on this. Like I said, this needs black memento, which is over here. Now, because of the size of the stamp, we need to take the ink pad to the stamp, and this is a cloth pad, so I do a little twist, stamp and twist. It's just how I go. So I know that I want my thank you up here, so I want this one right here. We're going to do 2 of these, one up high because thank you's going to be here, and then thank you might also be in the black. We might keep it in the black memento. I'm not sure yet. This one's going to be down a little further. You want a really good inking, and that worked well, even though you really didn't need the Stampin' Pierce mat as a cushioning because it was red rubber. So now we're going to color. So this is really simple to color. So I'm going to start with the dark, whatever brown you want to use. I like cinnamon cider for this particular stamp. So I'm going to do a couple of streaks and then just add some little dottage in here. So a couple of streaks, some little dottage, a couple of little streaks, some dottage. I would do the same if you have a sunflower stamp. I would do this with. This is, I would do dots all over the middle and then dot it. So next I'm going to use the brush tip and I'm just going to brush it over. I wish cinnamon cider had been one of the new core colors. I just do, because this color for me. I mean, pecan pie is gorgeous and everything, but it doesn't have the lightness, I think, of the cinnamon cider. It's pretty. It's just not cinnamon cider. Okay. There we go. So those, I mean, this really isn't hard. I don't do hard coloring, at least I don't think so. So next we have the dark Daffodil Delight. Now I'm not going to do every single little a bit in here. I'm going to come in and just make some little streaks, little bits. I don't even care that they're everywhere that their marks are. I'm just doing my own thing. I mean, that's kind of how the stamp, I think, is so forgiving. Okay, and again, oh, and you can do a little like in there if you want. Ooh, the bike stopped. I wonder if he ran it out of gas. Okay, so that's the dark. Now for the light. Just have to go in and fill it in. I think I need the other end. It's easier with the smaller images. Yes, much easier. Just color it in. Little swirls or streaks, it's up to you. Don't have to make it difficult at all. And on here, just color it in. So, oh, I was telling you about Hank was funny this morning. So this morning he has been getting my daughter to wake him up at 6 o'clock all week long, but he goes right back to sleep. And she's like, no, I'm not doing this no more. So he woke up again this morning. He woke up at 8. He's like, Mom, you didn't get me up. You didn't get me up. And she's like, oh no, Mr. Hank, I got you up. You told me to go get your dog because Boone, you know, got up with her and went outside, and then he went and laid on the sofa. And she's like, I went and got Boone. Boone got back in bed with you, and you promptly went right back to sleep, little man. He's like, but Mom, you're supposed to make sure I'm awake. And she's like, no, Hank, you sat up. You were talking to me. She's like, and then I have to go get ready. And he's like, but I wanted to get up. And she's like, Hank, you have to make yourself stay up. You know, this is, no. And she's like, I bought you an alarm clock. She's like, start using your alarm clock. And then I butted in. I said, oh, no, we don't. I said, because he just lets that alarm clock go and go and go, and you don't go in there and turn that alarm clock off. And he says, Manji, you have to let it wake me up. I said, Hank, if you set your alarm clock and you don't go turn it off, I will go turn it off for you. Anyways, so then he, you know, about 20 minutes later, he's like, Manji, he's like, can you pick me up at noon? And I was like, no, that's not happening, buddy. And I said, I can pick you up at 3:30. And then his mom butts in, no, you can't. You can pick him up at 3:30, not 3:20, Mom. It's 3:30 or he doesn't get credit because that's like 20 minutes before school gets out. So all I'm doing is adding, not everywhere where they have lines, okay? Just near some of their lines. It's not everywhere because I think it's just too much. Just adding what I would consider like some shadows in here. So he was like, oh, Mom. And she's like, no, 3:30 at the latest. So I'm like, okay, I'll be there. I'll pick you up at 3:30. I said, but Hank, I said, I want a good report from your teacher. He's like, I've been good all week. And I said, I just want, a good number. They give the kids a number for how they behave. And all week long, Hank has got a 4 out of 5. So that's excellent. With his ADHD, sometimes he can not focus. But he's had 4 out of 5 all week long from all of his teachers, all of them, which is just really proud of the way he's been working lately and trying. So today I get up there and I literally walk in the door and he's walking down the hallway from the back 40 where his classroom is. And he says, Manji, you're late. And I said, Hank, you haven't even made it to the office. So how can I be late picking you up, child? Oh, he's like, it's 3:31. I said, Hank, neither one of us are late because you couldn't even get to the office. And he started smiling at me. I was like, oh, you silly little boy. Silly little boy. Anyways, he was laughing. We had a good time. And then he told me, he's like, I got another 4. I was a 4 all day long. He's like, all of my teachers said I was a 4. And I said, Hank, I said, your mom is going to be just ecstatic on Friday. He's like, maybe tomorrow I'll get a 5. I said, a 5? I said, you think you're going to get a 5 tomorrow? He's like, yeah. He's like, I want to get a 5. I was like, yes, that's our boy. Okay, so now I think it needs just a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm thinking just a little bit of maybe sponging around the edges. So my good old sponge dauber, which I'm not going to ink it up. I'm just going to huff on it. So, oh, most definitely. And I'm going to, so I start just side to side, right? Fingers behind, thumb in front. Give it some support. Now I'm going to turn it and brush more of the dauber on top to bring in more into this. So straight sideways, and then I'm brushing more sideways. If I have to use more ink, I can always add it. You just can't take it away. And then I'm putting more. Okay, sideways. Now I turn it sideways. Now I turn it, and I'm going to blend it in a little bit, I think. I hope I just didn't get ink on my lips. Okay, up at the top. This is going to turn out really pretty. Now this card, in my head, I thought that I don't want any dimension on this. This is meant to be simple, straight stamping. So I'm going to turn it. And now I want to take this, since a lot of the ink, I'm going to blend in a bit around the edges. I'm going to come up in here. Up in here. Oh, I really like that. Really like that. Now this, I'm thinking adding a little bit of dottage, but not in my crumb cake. I'm thinking adding a little bit in Old Olive. So let me give it a quick little clean off. That's what it needed. Okay, I don't want to put anything up here, but we do need to stamp thank you right here. And now the decision is do I do it in black? And my answer is going to be no, because I'm already thinking that I don't want it in black. And what I like is Mossy Meadow, but the ink pad was eluding me. I found it. I want that nice deep dark green. So I want to take that away so I can actually hopefully see it straight. There's nothing wrong with a card that doesn't have dimension on it. I think this proves it. Even that in itself, if you didn't do all the other layers, doing this on the card base itself, simply stunning and beautiful. I just made it bigger because I have the supplies. To me, this is perfect. I could add more of the little splots, but I like them just where they are. I don't want to add anything else. So this is going to get glued down. I do plan on adding some little embellishments with the little butterflies, because butterflies always are perfect for a garden. I might be getting to the end of this bottle. Ooh. Yeah. Do I have to use my finger? No, but I just couldn't leave that big goober blob there. I just couldn't do it. I mean, you could have done a sentiment strip up there, but I didn't want to. I didn't. And I'm really happy I cut off the one scallop on that end. So yeah, hold on, rub it off. So, ooh. Okay, we're gonna add some Wink Estella. I don't know how 1 minute I can have so much coming out of this, and the next minute not. Oops, there we go. That's what I didn't want, and I just did it. The leaves, all the wonderful sparkle. All right. That didn't take too long, guys, I don't think. So we're going to add a couple of butterflies, and I'm going to take some large ones because we have this one here. These are just perfect. I want a little one there, or maybe a large one. I'm almost wondering if I just leave it at 2. I'm going to leave it at 2 because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images on there. I'm good with that. So this is our card, and then I'm going to go ahead and do video 26, and like I said, these two are going to air together. I hope you like them. I think they're great. Oh, we forgot the inside. I almost forgot to stamp the inside. Yes, I want something on the inside. It's going to be in Mossy Meadow, the big thank you. There you go. Now I just can't close it all the way. I can show you what it looks like. I just can't close it all the way until that dries. Give it a minute. And ta-da! We could stamp thank you, I guess, on. We could do the little hello. There. So envelope. Oh, it still looks. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. So thanks for watching, everybody. I love doing this. Thank you for allowing me into your home to share my love of paper crafting with you. I so appreciate it because I get so much enjoyment, and you guys just don't know. I love doing this. I love the feedback, the comments, guys. So please keep them coming. And I just am always, I get tongue tied. I don't know how to express to you how much I love doing this and how much it means that you guys reach out to me in that comment section and through the emails, and just this community is absolutely fabulous. So thank you. Thank you so much, and please come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye bye for now, everybody.